Hello, everybody. It's Jack from Cultaholic Wrestling. And I'm here I'm wearing the hoodie, so yeah. I'm here with Andrew Hodkinson.
With the Van Company Curation.
And Ross Tweddell.
I wish I was sponsored by Adidas. If anyone's watching, if Adi Dassler himself is watching, which he isn't because he's dead, please sponsor me.
Yes. But we're here for more important things than our excellent fashion. And that is... Elimination Chamber is this weekend. And it's a sparse card so far from what we've seen. And with the news that The Rock's going to be on the show, I don't even know if any more matches are going to be on.
It's a tent pole. It's got 2 tent poles at the end and a tent pole in the middle.
Chamber,
Rock and Cody.
And Rock and Cody might be the longest segment of the...
It will be. And the most rambling and the most confusing based off The Rock's appearances in 2025.
No, everyone could tell what he was on about. Have you seen the debate online? I mean, it was so obvious.
I think the intent, when you look at it, maybe is obvious, but how he delivered it certainly wasn't.
Why did Cody act like he told him very specific things? If you've got a decision to make, I would have gone, what decision? What are you on about?
He's going for the corporate champion shtick, isn't he?
Yeah. Well, are any of your pitches involving The Rock?
Yeah.
Me as well.
Have you got a two-parter as well?
Yes.
I've got one of them as
I
well.
do have a two-parter.
I've got 3 separate ones, but one's crap. So we've got 9 wonderful pitches though, and we're going to go around in a circle. If you've never seen this before, Ross, then Andrew, then myself, and then we'll vote on whether they're good or not. But remember the golden rule. It's not what we think's going to happen.
It's what we want to happen.
Ross, kick us off, please.
I'm going for simple but effective with my first one. No bollocks I've written down. What are the chances the first 2 combatants in the women's chamber are Bianca Belair and Naomi?
Oh, no.
You naughty boy.
My.
That would be crazy.
The pair go to lock up, but Bianca Belair ducks the lockup, whips Naomi with the braid, breaks the eyes with the nails, and does a shoot roll-up in a horrible fashion to get rid of her pal. I'm pitching Bianca Belair then goes on and wins the chamber and goes on to WrestleMania, but crucially, she leaves this chamber match with a heelish edge. That's my big pitch.
Slightly, yeah.
Oh, yes. I'm also pitching that next week Bianca Belair ends Io Sky and Rhea Ripley's title match prematurely and says, well, I'm the bestest. I'm the greatest. I want as much competition as I can get, and I'll still bloody win. Triple threat match at WrestleMania, bitches. Io versus Bianca versus Rhea is then made official by Adam Pearce on the Raw side of the tracks. I'm also pitching that Jade Cargill doesn't even come back till Mania itself in a post-match angle.
Yeah, man.
Where we redo the SummerSlam 02 CCTV thing because it would be funny with Bianca Belair, who would be revealed to be the person behind this horrible crime. This would happen after maybe even Bianca wins the title at WrestleMania, pinning Io. I'm going balls deep on this one, lad.
It's a yes from me.
Oh, yeah.
Apart from one little bit, but it's still enough to be an overall yes.
Shut up then. I don't want to know.
I just would rather see a singles match between Bianca and Rhea. But it's
enough.
Just where the WWE have the balls to have Rhea lose to Bianca.
Look, their last singles match was in 2020 on a broadcasted show.
Oh, really?
The Portland Takeover, I believe it was.
Oh, that long ago. Also, Bianca's got her mini Undertaker undefeated streak at WrestleMania as well.
Oh, yeah. It was spooky. I'm just coughing. I don't want to cough into the mic.
I thought you were doing like a James Brown sort of...
No, I was just... Unfortunately not.
Get down.
Yeah. That was more Michael Jackson.
Yeah. Soz.
Have you ever heard James Brown before?
Yeah.
You went through multiple voices there.
This
None of
man's
them
got
were
a degree
really...
in music.
I know,
degree
but,
in music.
None of them were really James Brown. Anyway, it's a yes from me.
No. It's a yes from me. And unlike this boy right here, right? Unlike this boy right here, I'd actually like a triple threat match.
Do you remember you said you'd knock me out on one of these videos?
I do. That was a heated moment right there.
It's because you did a bit of a ropey pitch and I started going, ooh. I'll knock you out!
And did you notice there a pitch involving the ladies with no pervy angles there, Andrew?
Oh, no, let's not. Now we're bullying. Now that Ross has joined in, it's 2-on-1. I can't get involved.
Now I've heard that on this podcast that you do on a wonderful Thursday that comes out on a Friday.
No.
I've heard that you've told Matthew about this sort of perversion angle that happens.
Well, we told him with full context. We told him the whole origin of the joke and everything. Yeah.
Okay.
Every time it's mentioned that, Andrew would love this when something saucy happens, it's always caveated with, because one time he did it.
But we explained it was one time.
Okay.
Yeah, don't worry. We'd only treat you fairly.
You're a snitch, Joe. Let's get this out.
I did not say anything.
I can't remember who told me. Someone told me.
The podcast is safe.
But it wasn't Joel.
Joel was in
We've
the
got
room.
our own Who Did It angle in the Cultaholic. That's it there.
I like it. I think it's really, really good. And about bloody time Bianca turns heel. She's the one that's done it, right?
Oh, yeah.
She's got to be the one that's done
Maybe.
it,
Gotta
right?
be.
We don't know yet.
And then I was trying to think, what would her motivation be? Maybe it's jealousy. Jade's the big star. Yeah,
The
but Bianca's the
star.
best, so she wants to be. Yeah, yeah. I get it. Andrew, once you've had a little sippy.
Thanks. You okay?
Well, just marveling at that cup. Very nice cup.
Thank you.
Jesus. There's so many colours. There's so many colours on it.
There's like an old man throwing a bin at a dinosaur on it.
Why?
That's good. Look, he's throwing a bin at a big dinosaur.
Is this from a game?
No, I don't know what it's
Oh,
from.
right,
It's
okay.
just, I think it's a Game of Sups cup with a hair on the bottom of it there. Not mine.
That's just because the studio now gets
It does get, it is very hairy. This
Hairballs
studio. Should we
everywhere.
play some pictures,
Yeah,
everybody?
yeah.
So this is a two-parter. And the first part of the two-parter partakes within the men's chamber. And I've said we're already deep into the match. At this point, all men are in. All pod doors have been opened. No one's been eliminated until now, because Logan Paul is feeling froggy in Toronto. With Punk down on the mat, Logan is looking to yet again steal away the man's chance at a WrestleMania main event. He heads up to the turnbuckle, but it's not enough, is it, for our Logan? He wants his social media marketable moment, so of course he ascends to the top of the chamber pod. However, he's swiftly met with a hand grasping his throat as Damian Priest catches him, and he hits a massive South of Heaven chokeslam that sends both men crashing down to the canvas. Goodness.
Ooh.
I had to pause there for some reason. I don't know why.
Oh, I thought it was going to be like a twist, but
No, Punk capitalizes on this. But after what's happened on Raw, I'm going to say he picks Logan up again anyway and just hits a GTS for the lols.
Oh, yeah, man.
And he gets a 3 count on Logan, whilst simultaneously, as Priest is trying to stagger to his feet after this, he's hit with a Claymore kick from Drew, and he gets taken out the equation. The chamber door... Remember this, everybody. The chamber door is open.
This is going to be the same as my...
The chamber door is opened as medical come. As phrasing? As medical come and rush to the aid of Logan Paul.
That's all right.
Sorry.
See what I mean? You're setting yourself up for these moments.
I can't, yeah,
He's
you're
not
not
hurt
wrong.
enough to warrant... Oh, he came off the top of the...
Oh, yeah.
phrasing.
And then
okay.
he got a GTS, a stiff GTS.
Okay, yeah, fair
Come
enough,
on.
fair enough.
Come on. And he's Logan Paul. He's not really a wrestler.
Oh, it's full time now, but yes,
Right,
I
go-
understand.
yeah.
Medical team are in.
That's it, the medical team are in.
Door is open.
So remember that, because we got a bit to go. 4 men remain as John and Punk stand on one side of the ring and Seth and Drew on the other side of the ring. Seth collides with Punk and Cena with McIntyre. With the former 2 men, they spill through the ropes and onto those lovely mats outside. Oh, yes, outside the ring ropes.
But not outside
between
the pot- outside the chamber, outside the ring.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
They're trading blows. Punk's worse for wear. He's busted open. Seth slamming his head into the chamber wall. And exhausted, the Second City Saint, he drops to his knees from the onslaught. Rollins hoists Punk up into a powerbomb position and hits a buckle bomb that sends Punk's spine colliding with both the ring post and the frame of the chamber pod. Ooh. Punk rolls back into the ring in sheer agony, and as Seth eyes him up for a finishing stomp, he turns his back, he bounces off the ropes, but as he darts towards Punk, boom! He's hit with a surprise spear. Because that door's open, don't forget, it's Roman Reigns, everybody. Roman has returned, and he's entered the chamber as personnel help Logan out of the structure. The tribal chief is looking for vengeance, but gets swarmed by referees trying to eject him from the match. Seth rolls under the bottom rope, stunned, and tries to compose himself. And Roman complies with the officials until he doesn't. He bats them all off. Get out my way, you dafties. He beelines towards Rollins, who's now perfectly positioned to be speared yet again, but this time through the chamber pod perspex. Oh, good God almighty. It's like Goldberg hitting it on Jericho in 2003. It just explodes. Pow. Looking down at the destruction he's caused and looking back, slowly recouping CM Punk, Roman drags Seth by the hair back to the ring and throws him down by Punk's feet. Punk doesn't say a word to Roman. It just stares him in the eyes the entire time as he slowly goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3. Seth Rollins has been eliminated.
Could it have been the deal? Anyway,
Well, Roman says, that's it. You saved me, I saved you. There is no favour. We're even now.
Oh, I don't know about that.
There is no favour.
was a
We're
Heyman.
even
It was a
now.
Heyman.
You saved me, now I saved you.
Roman's trying to take things. I don't know about this.
He just wants to get in there and beat up Seth, you know what I mean? But
Intriguing.
he's like, look, I've helped you at the same time. So we hear Roman say that to Punk as referees escort the tribal chief from the chambray. That's the end of part 1.
No, I like it a lot.
Thank you.
It shares a certain similarity with my first pitch, but that's all right because it's not the central part of mine.
Okay.
But I like that a lot. It's a yes from me. One little adjustment I'd like to suggest. I'm assuming that Roman just ran in down the ramp once the door was open.
Oh, yeah.
I'd like him to be disguised as one of the medical team, but it's blatantly one of them's a huge Samoan guy with long hair.
Yeah. With a tattoo.
Yeah.
Like, who could it be?
Yeah, and he goes,
Oh, it's me.
but apart from that, it's a yes from me.
Thank you.
Brilliant, inspired, brilliant. And I like the way you've set it up where you've left the deal that Heyman and Punk did open on top of this deal.
Yeah.
So that could cause conflict between Roman and Paul.
Yes.
Not just whoever else is involved. Brilliant.
Brilliant.
My first one is also the men's elimination chamber match. Various things going on. Drew gets eliminated after trying to unwisely strike up an alliance with Seth. Because remember that promo on Raw when he was like, "We're not so different, you and I." Logan eliminates Priest with a roll-up, which will lead to a casket match at WrestleMania. Because I just want to keep Drew away from Priest at the minute. And I just think Logan would be funny in a casket match. I've maybe undervalued Priest and Logan there, but there's only so many slots on WrestleMania. Logan gets eliminated by Punk as revenge for the Rumble elimination, as Punk claimed would happen on Raw. And now we're down to Seth, Punk, and John Cena. This happens fairly early in the match, so we get an elongated final stretch, a bit like Undertaker and Shawn Michaels at the end of the 2007 Royal Rumble. As the match wears on, it becomes apparent that Cena cannot hang with these two young spring chickens, Seth Rollins and CM Punk. But Cena's out of practice, and he starts lagging behind. I doubt WWE could convince him to do this because of acting reasons, but if we could have him blade heavily, that would also be fantastic as well. Just to really sell that Cena's he's not won a match. He always says I'm not won a match for like 4,000 days or something. He needs to really be lagging behind Punk and Rollins here. But the tables turn when Cena sidesteps a charging Rollins and tackles him straight through the side of the pod, and Rollins is like, and collapses in a heap on the floor of the pod. Cena gets up and turns to see CM Punk waiting for him in the middle of the ring. This is the showdown. The crowd hopefully get what's going on as the two old foes go back and forth, and Punk gets out of an attitude adjustment, hits the GTS, and Cena falls through the ropes. Like in the match that I have burned into my skull. And he's like, no. And as he's like, no, and he's like trying to get Cena before he falls, stomp, because he's in perfect position for the stomp from Seth Rollins. God, where am I up to? Seth tries to crawl over and make a cover, but he's weak. He's about to get there when we hear a Sierra Hotel.
Sorry, what now?
Sierra Hotel, Indigo Echo
Delta.
Lima Delta. Yeah. Roman Reigns bursts out from under the floor in tactical gear and absolutely mauls Seth Rollins. Revenge for that really terrifying two-footed stomp at the Royal Rumble. The attack goes on for a while until officials and security can unlock the chamber and drag Roman away. Maybe Paul Heyman shows up like, "No, my tribal chief, please calm down, my tribal chief." Anyway, that all happens. Roman's escorted away. Seth doesn't last much longer in the match and is eliminated by a recovered Cena, who then goes on a roll and hits the 5 moves of doom on CM Punk, or 4 of them, gets him up for the AA, but then Punk wriggles free and rolls John into a pinning predicament which keen-eyed fans will recognize as Jack Perry's snare trap pinfall, and he pins John Cena. Ross just went 1, 2, 3, and CM Punk wins with a wrestling maneuver. Punk goes on to, I then posted this addendum on Twitter and it got 8,000 likes. Just
You
saying.
sad, pathetic man.
Listen, I've not had that many likes for a long, long time. Punk goes on to Mania where he turns heel on Cody Rhodes, calling in his favor from Paul Heyman to screw Cody with the help of The Rock, who hates Cody because he turned him down. And he becomes evil corporate CM Punk champion, selling out as punk rockers so often do.
Oh, yeah.
We get a third summer of Punk, which is brought to an end by John Cena, who finally wins a big rematch between them, becoming 17th-time champion in the process. And I guess Cody could win it back from John. But that's your main event program sorted, lads. Paul, if you're watching, take 2025 off. I've got you covered.
Yes.
All right, excellent.
Yes.
Brilliant.
The only bit I don't like is Roman Reigns dressing up as a Shield man. That doesn't fit for me with the tribal chief.
He wouldn't really do that.
He wouldn't stoop to them levels, but apart from that, brilliant.
Rollins did it, obviously, but he's more of a silly boy than
He's trying to get in your head, isn't he, man?
And it worked. I think
It
he won
did.
by DQ.
It did.
Yeah.
Oh, Jack, you naughty boy. That was bloody good, that, wasn't it?
Thank you.
Is it similar to what's coming in part 2? I don't know.
I reckon it is since you said that.
I don't know. Maybe, yeah.
Oh,
Are you okay?
no.
Oh, no.
There weren't many matches for us to pick from this time.
There wasn't. But I think there's just something that some of us wrestling fans would like to see, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it
absolutely.
involves Tiffy and Trish. No, has anyone done a Tiffy
I
and Trish?
initially had one written down where Charlotte Flair dresses up as Charles Robinson. And then she slaps Tiffy Stratton, who gets rolled up and loses. And
Yeah, that would have been great.
And then
You've got to have Charles Robinson involved.
Yeah.
That's good.
You've got
You
to
see
have,
these
you've got to have
tattoos?
faith. Yeah,
Tattoos.
George Michael everywhere.
He loves
George Michael phone case, George
Yeah.
Michael in his car.
No.
There's a woman on a plane who was nervous on her flight. She didn't like flying, and she'd done like a TikTok like, "Thank you to this lovely man who sat next to me." She's not a wrestling fan. She doesn't know who it is, and it's just a supercut of Charles Robinson getting all his wham merch out. And then he's got a George Michael tattoo on his leg.
Wow.
It just makes you think, if that's what he's got for George, and we know how much he likes Ric Flair.
Oh, that's like a huge back piece, like
Yeah.
a Steve-O woo face.
Yeah,
Terrifying.
he
If you got
seems
any-
like a nice man though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But if you've got any naked pictures of Charles Robinson so we can't see the Ric Flair tattoo, let us know.
Ross, can we have your second one, please?
The Rock hosts a celebration in the ring to announce Cody as the new People's Champion, the champion of the People's Champion,
Yes.
and the new owner of the massively prestigious People's Championship bestowed upon The Rock by Muhammad Ali's widow just last year. There is confetti falling around the ring as Cody enters it. The Rock is not even waiting to talk before raising his new champion's hat in celebration. Rock knows the answer already. You see, he knows what's coming. There are lovely ladies with champagne-filled flutes, a contract on a lovely table, promising Cody a role as police officer number 4 in the upcoming Martin Scorsese movie Dwayne is starring in, a role that will net Cody over $49 million. The contract says so. Cody, once The Rock is done posing with him, is berated in a long and rambling manner by Dwayne and his faltering promo abilities that are becoming more and more evident in 2025. It's basically like a PowerPoint presentation showing how mint The Rock's life is and how good Cody's will be now, because he's turned up to the chamber and he's obviously accepted. He turned up, he's there, he said yes. Cody stands there and ponders and looks a tad emotional. This is Cody Rhodes. The Rock unveils portraits he's had commissioned of Brandy and Liberty Rhodes. They're riding white horses with Old Glory flowing in the wind behind them. This is what their new lives look like now that Cody has sold his soul to The Rock. Mama Rhodes has been painted, sat on a throne of gold. Cody is now on his knees in floods of tears looking at these lovely portraits of his family. But as if he needed to, The Rock then pulls out the Hail Mary. It's an AI-generated image of Dusty Rhodes at his
God.
59th birthday party with a big banner in the background of the picture that says, "I took The Rock's advice and I've been retired for 18 years and I didn't even need to touch the indies in my 60s. Cody... he can't do it. He don't know what's going on. He wipes away the tears, does Cody, and as a
The
result,
AI generated image, I'm picturing he's got like 7 fingers.
it's nearly Dusty, but not quite.
Yeah.
Cody wipes away the tears though, and has a resigned look on his face. It's obvious what's going to happen now. Look at the life his family could have. Before that resigned look then turns into Cody's pouty fighty face. You know what I'm talking about.
yeah, man.
No, says Cody. I know what this is all about. Roll the footage. Now, this bit's a bit tenuous. I was struggling to put the bridge together. It's CCTV footage from The Rock's private jet, his bird, as the rich people like to call them, where we see Dwayne having a proper meltdown about Roman Reigns being the undisputed head of the table. Little Brian Gerwitz is sat there, wiping away Dwayne's tears. I know it's good water before you comment. He's patting his bald head. It's going to be okay, Daddy Rocky, says little Brian. I don't know why. Little Brian Gerwitz. We just need a plan to get you back to the head of the table. And I think it starts with Cody Rhodes. You need whatever this man has in his soul that saw him overcome you and Roman at WrestleMania. Rock then turns to little Brian and says, "You're an effing genius, Brian. He'd be the perfect corporate champion for The Rock." You see how this is tenuous? The footage cuts out and Rock looks dumbfounded. Roman Reigns' music hits. Rock does that Hollywood Rock thing of the big gulp and the stuttering walk around the ring that he did when Goldberg rocked up in 2003 to convey that he's scared. Cody says, "You can take your offer, Dwayne, and shove it. I fight for them. But these portraits of Brandy and Liberty and me parents are lovely, so I'll take them home. Cheers." Cody leaves and Roman enters the ring. The Rock and Roman do a big pose. No words are spoken. It's like Triple H and Undertaker in the build to WrestleMania 27. They both turn and look at the WrestleMania sign simultaneously, and the match appears to be on. Roman walks off, and Dwayne is seen saying, "Well, Plan A failed, but there's always a Plan B." Oh, That's it.
It's a yes from me. There's a little bit, I don't know if you know, there's a bit of exposition, but
Yeah.
apart from that, it's pretty spot on. I like I think I'm going to guess what your motivation for this pitch was. Undoing what The Rock is trying to do here.
Yes,
Yeah.
And then setting up Rock versus Roman,
Yes,
which would in an ideal world be keep Cody's thing separate, and then we can still also have Rock versus Roman.
Oh, yes.
And for that reason, you've got a yes from me. What are the
Yeah.
sound dragons? I'm in. There we go.
I'm
That's a
in,
yeah, yeah.
and I'm in too.
Thank God for that.
It's 2 yeses. I think.
I really
even though it
struggle
was
with the
pretty
bridge
mental,
of how
yeah,
Cody.
It's very convenient.
it was pretty mental, but at the same time, yeah, I agree. It's kind of like undoing what The Rock has sort of done here.
Yeah, it reminded me of the end of the Disney Hercules, where Hercules is offered to live with his dad in heaven and live forever and that, but he's found love on Earth with Megara or
And
Meg.
giant muscles. Does he have his giant muscles at that
Yeah,
point?
yeah. It's just
Yeah.
who's got Cody. Yeah, I guess he's.
And Cody's got
muscular.
giant
compared
muscles.
to a normal man. Yeah, I
Yeah.
suppose so. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then they sing "A Star Is Born," and then they conjure an image of Hercules or Cody Rhodes
That in the stars.
with Star, and then that's Phil's boy.
That's
And
Phil's
Phil cries.
boy.
Danny DeVito cries. Great film.
What a good film. It is a good film.
I've not seen it for years.
Giving Jack very reminiscent.
Yeah.
The soundtrack's unbelievable.
It is a very good.
Bless my
Probably,
soul.
probably one of the best ones I think of the cartoon
Oh yeah,
films.
it's a yes from me.
I wouldn't bother going to see the new Bridget Jones while we're talking about film.
Have you seen
Not
it?
very good, no.
Oh, is it not?
I've
I
only
heard
ever
it's
seen the
supposed
first
to be
one
alright.
anyway. So
You find out who the father is.
I thought it was all right.
The newest one.
Yeah.
What do you think about Hugh Grant?
Oh, he's great. He's the best
Dirty
one, isn't
old
he? He's a
man, yeah.
dirty
Proper
man.
Sex pot.
Yeah, he
Have
really
you
is.
seen-
In front of kids as well.
Have you seen him in Heretic?
No.
Oh, he's very good.
I've seen the trailers for that, and everyone said it was good, and then my fiance's father was like, "Oh, this is rubbish."
Oh,
But
it's
he's from the south, so I always don't really take his opinion.
Yeah. He's very, very good. He's incredible in that. He's really good.
Is it 2 Jehovah's Witnesses, isn't it?
Is it Jehovah's Witnesses?
Are they?
Or
I
it's
don't know.
kind of like insinuated. It's
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
He
Going
just
door
takes
to
them
door
in, yeah.
selling. What I say, selling door to door.
Selling the Lord.
religion. Yeah, selling the Lord to people.
is it a horror film?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good though.
They have to try and break free from his house after they knock on the door and get invited.
Right.
Yeah.
Sounds
Good.
good premise.
It is. He does a lot of talking, but he is good at that.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yes. Part 2 then.
Yeah, go on then.
Go on then. So, with Punk watching on, because lest we forget, Roman's beaten up Seth. He's dropped him by Punk's feet. He said, "That's it. There's no more favour. We're even now." Done. So with Punk watching on as Roman makes his way to the back after decimating Seth, that angry determination face that CM Punk does so well changes to that cocky smirk that he also does tremendously well.
yes.
Oh, this is lovely, is this? However, little does Punk know that as the camera pans around, we see the Scottish psychopath Drew McIntyre gearing up for a Claymore. Punk turns round. Drew makes a dash, but Cena rushes in and catches him out of nowhere and hits an AA. 1, 2, 3. Drew McIntyre has been eliminated.
That'll
the
make him
final
even more
2.
angry.
Oh, yes. The final 2 in this match are Cena and Punk, both vying to be in the main event of WrestleMania. It's a wonderful moment and it's incredibly dramatic, I've said.
Yeah.
The closing stretch sees Cena kick out of a GTS. Punk goes up to hit the running knee, but Cena manages to hoist Punk up into the fireman's carry, instead looking to hit an AA, but Punk holds on to the ropes. Cena hits the rotation anyway, but Punk, because he's grasping on the ropes, for dear life, he manages to land on his feet as he goes over, which is very athletic for that man. So he gets tossed over, but he manages to land on his feet.
Like Prince Nassim entering the boxing.
Like it, yeah,
Over
oh
the-
yeah.
Okay.
Is that? Does that
He
work?
would grab it and then he'd do like a front flip.
Yeah,
over
like
the-
well, we know how his buckshot went quite a few times.
Like a
but-
buckshot, like a buckshot, there we go, that's
But he
more-
lands on his
it's a
feet
wrestling
this
channel,
time.
that's
That's
Yes.
the most outrageous thing that's ever been said.
That's right. He manages to land on his feet. Believe it, everybody, right? And instead he goes for that springboard clothesline that he does, but he gets caught by Cena this time in midair, and he hits an AA. 1, 2. No, Punk kicks out. Are you having me on, everybody?
Come on, Phil.
Feeling desperate and as though his opportunity is slipping through his fingers. There was a song there, wasn't there?
Slipping through my fingers.
That's the one, That's playing right now. John takes the battered Punk up to the turnbuckle, to hit one last move to put this one away for good. An avalanche attitude adjustment. John gets Punk up on his shoulders, but Phil isn't down. He hammers in the elbows and he reverses it into a huge elevated bulldog, and Punk wastes no time. He hoists Cena up and he hits him with a final GTS. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, it was
Put
3.
this one to bed. It's
I was
3.
expecting a false finish.
Oh, no. CM Punk is going to WrestleMania, everybody. And although he's devastated, Punk and Cena, they share an emotional moment in the ring. Punk raising Cena's arm as the Toronto crowd cheer for his valiant performance. Cena doesn't waste time, though. He leaves and lets Punk have his moment to celebrate such a monumental win. He's punched his ticket to finally main event at WrestleMania. And with pyro and confetti raining down from the sky, all of a sudden, a man who doesn't allow CM Punk to have his moment in the sun, we hear Cody Rhodes' theme song play as the WWE champion makes his way to the ring.
Aye.
The two stand face to face in a very intense moment before Punk slowly points towards the WrestleMania sign. It's official, everybody. And as the crowd erupt for the visual, if you smell, and he's coming out, he's doing all this.
You've done so well.
Well-
You've done very well.
He's doing all this.
Yeah.
Cold in this arena. I'm sure it's just because it's cold. It's never goosebumps.
You were doing so well.
And now, well, we'll see where it goes. We'll see where it goes. The Rock. He is cooking, and he finally comes down. Well, we'll see if he cooks or not. The final boss is here, unless we forget he wants an answer from Cody Rhodes as to whether he'll be The Rock's champion or not. Well, what will it be? Cody asks The Rock. Ooh, Punk, frustrated that his moment has been taken over, he shakes his head and goes to leave the ring. But Cody grabs his arm and stops him as he tries to make his way past.
Oh, no.
Oh, and with bated breath, the whole arena awaits Cody's choice. Is he going to hit him like he did the crosswords with Kenny Omega in New Japan? When he's like, everything's fine, and then Kenny goes
That's
to
the
leave the
first
ring,
thing
and then
I
he goes,
thought about as well.
"Oh!" No, instead Rhodes raises the arm of CM Punk to a rapturous applause. He's not selling his soul. He's his own champion, his own person. He fights for the people.
He does.
Punk and Cody shake hands, and as they do, The Rock casually says, I had a feeling that'd be your answer. And CM Punk's expression changes as he hoists Cody up into the fireman's carry. He hits the GTS in the center of the ring and he lays the champion out completely. Punk looks over to The Rock, looks down at the WWE title, lifts it high above his head, stares directly into the camera, and as the show ends, he goes, I'm not here to make friends, I'm here to make money.
You son of a bitch!
You son of a bitch!
Warning us from the start.
He's been warning us from the start.
It's obviously a yes from me. Very, very good stuff. I was
Thank
worried
you.
when The Rock came out, but it all turned out fine in the end.
There we go.
Oh, yes, Daddy Andrew.
And also, it was different from mine. That's okay.
Yeah.
I think it was fine because I had the turn happening later at Mania. You
Yeah.
had the turn happening at the end of the show.
I did. And with the whole sort of like thing with the he's broken.
Dial-up noise.
With the favor still not being actually done, I was thinking that Punk would just take Paul Heyman off Roman Reigns. He'd be like, I don't want you anymore. I don't need anything from you. You don't have the championship. But what
Yeah.
I do want is that man right there. And
Do you
he's
think-
coming with me.
I've just thought, and this surely is something that people have said before. Has Rock Roman just not happened yet because The Rock wouldn't want to lose? Is that basically why?
Maybe.
Oh,
I'm
no,
not
he always
sure.
has a film to do, that's why.
Right,
That's the only
yeah,
reason.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
So
the
now
only
you can
reason.
just turn up when it's Mania season and just have...
Even when he's busy just after Mania and can't do any physical stuff.
yeah,
it's fine.
Fair enough. This is my second pitch. It's bollocks. Not very good. It's my worst one.
It's
of the
what?
three. It's bollocks.
It's bollocks?
I wrote this one this morning because I was like, it's rushing. Okay. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens should try and have a match that takes place entirely in the WWE universe, in the crowd.
Oh.
I'm not sure how it would work, but if they were able to pull it off, and if WWE's production team were able to pull it off, it could go down as a pioneering experimental new form of the genre, like Revolver or Kid A. I've really been on a music. They don't have to stay in one place. They could start with one attacking the other during their entrance, then immediately spilling into the crowd, making their way around the arena. But crucially, I don't think this should be a walk and brawl. I think there should be plenty of brawling, but obviously also key set-piece moments as well. As I'm writing this, I realise it sounds quite a lot like Anarchy in the Arena, actually, and maybe not that revolutionary at all. But the difference is there's only two people, so they have to make sure they're doing something interesting all of the time. They can't do what Pentagon did, or Penta at Wembley when he went off and then came
And a
back
wardrobe
to
change.
Red Penta. So they can do this by maybe following my suggestions of some key moments during the match. Sammy going for the haluva kick, only for Owens to move, and a popcorn man to take it full in the popcorn. Wow!
Whoa!
Fantastic.
I like that.
What does popcorn look like again, Joe?
This is from the podcast.
What
it
does
was a
popcorn
brilliant.
look
It was unbelievable. It was a Hall of Fame segment. Matthew nominated something about popcorn or
It was
just.
like the vessel his popcorn arrived in at the cinema, I think.
Oh.
But then he just gave us He was like, Joel, if you can flash up the image there, and it was just
Just popcorn.
popcorn. He just searched popcorn. We were like, we know what popcorn looks like.
So not even the bucket that it came in.
Just so we knew what popcorn,
popcorn
looked
was,
like.
of course.
Yeah.
Wow.
He thinks that we're like 4 years old. Owens powerbombing Sammy onto a crowd railing. Oh no!
Ooh.
I don't think that one would. Obviously, a big frog splash or something from one section of the crowd down to the third table and one below. Maybe Owens and Zayn both enlisting groups of allies from the audience, and it turns into a shoot crowd brawl for a while. That would be fun too.
Ooh.
What I was thinking when I wrote this. The match ends with, I think, Owens winning because he needs it more after being demolished by Cody Rhodes twice. And also, I don't want to live in a world where an injured Sammy can beat Kevin. I don't care how much he is fueled by anger and passion. But I thought about that more after I'd written that, and I thought, who is going to win on Saturday?
Surely it's Kevin. Yeah.
But the story would be like, Sammy gets revenge, but is that too early for him to get his revenge on Kev?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
But he keeps talking about his neck, and I do think that's
Kev will
going
do
to factor.
something horrible,
Yeah, he'll do
yeah.
something mental.
Chop his head off.
Will we see what that is in this next pitch that I've got after Ross has done his?
He's
Who
plugging
knows?
it at a time
Who
there.
knows? Just plugging.
All about you all the time.
Yep.
Is
Yes
it a
from
yes?
me.
Is it yes?
Oh,
Thank
yes.
you very much.
Big
Oh,
yes,
yes.
big
Oh,
yes
wow.
from me as well. I like the popcorn.
Sorry about that one. Was just a bit of a lazy one. I feel bad about it. But
Don't feel bad.
don't worry, my
They're
third
hard
one. My third one
sometimes.
makes up for it. It'll be fine.
It's hard.
They are hard. This one was. I found this one really difficult.
Oh, this was a breeze.
Go on then.
This is Plan B. So the second part of my pitch from earlier on, and I know at least one person around this table will give this a no. Although after Andrews, I'm a little bit more optimistic. So I am a little bit more optimistic.
Okay.
Plan B starts in the men's Elimination Chamber matchup. The final two are John Cena and CM Punk. It's a back and forth contest, but ultimately it's Cena who gets the win and gets the chance to go on to WrestleMania to fight for number 17 against Cody Rhodes. CM Punk gets mic in hand. John Cena, I'm such a bitch for doing this. John Cena, while I lay here,
Fan fiction.
I had my dick in my hand when I wrote this. While I lay here as uncomfortably as I possibly can be at this moment with another WrestleMania main event passing me by.
You're me. What are you doing?
I want you to listen to me. I want you to digest this because I've made a big sale. I'm not here to make friends, says Punk. I'm here to make money. I know, oh God, Ross. I know I'm not getting any younger and I'm not letting yet another WrestleMania main event pass me by. I've made a phone call and done the deal that needed to be done. Dramatic pause. Paul, get out here. Which Paul is it? It's Heyman. Heyman comes out and is instructed by Punk to tell the people what deal has been signed. Paul says, I'm not going to bother doing that. My name is Paul Heyman. I'm the wise man for your tribal chief and the facilitator for a deal between CM Punk, dramatic pause, and the final boss.
We've all done it. Oh.
Hello.
I've written down everyone meet corporate mogul Punk. CM Punk. The rock music hits. He heads down to the ring before saying, I told you so. I'm the most powerful man here. Your new WrestleMania main event will be Cody Rhodes versus John Cena versus my guy CM Punk.
Oh, you got a triple threat.
Oh, yes. And we're taking it all, he says, much like Solo Sikoa. I will have my Ula Fala back from that bitch Roman Reigns, and my champion will have the WWE Championship. More to come. Kisses. I don't know why I wrote that down. Maybe he'll recruit more people. I don't know. The show goes off the air with Punk and Rock shaking hands and Heyman laughing in the background. It all makes sense because Punk is a walking hypocrite all of the time he is in the WWE.
Yeah, no, yeah.
But it's also a surefire route to the main event of WrestleMania.
It's a big yes for me. We've all done it in slightly different ways, and I really like that. We're like three great artists drawing the same thing in a painting.
But we all love our fans in equal measure. I've gone the boy band route there.
Oh, right,
Oh, they're all so
right,
different, but
yeah.
they're all just love their
Yeah.
fans.
Yeah.
Their own way.
Yeah, it's a yes from me. Which one of us did you think was going to give it a no?
You,
What
just
for?
with the selling out of Punk and the
No.
line there at the end about him being a
No.
walking hypocrite, but then you agreed.
No, yeah.
That's your hero.
The character of Punk is such a hypocrite and possibly the real man.
Yeah.
The fact the real man signed the contract.
But the character of Punk is a massive hypocrite. No, yeah, it's a yes from me. Andrew?
Yeah, this is a yes from me as well. I like the visual sort of The Rock and CM Punk, I guess reminiscent of Austin and McMahon back in the day.
Oh, yes.
So it's a big yes from me. And do you know what? I didn't really think about the possibility of the triple threat for the WWE Championship, but I like it.
Yeah.
I think I
That's
like it a
nice.
lot.
And it would get Punk in he's so desperate for his main
Yeah.
event. Yeah.
And it would get Punk dressing like The Rock, which is the thing I want to see.
What with
The shirt, waistcoat thing.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
When he was in Ring of Honor, when he first sold out and everything, he looked like a member of like Panic at the Disco or something. Like when an emo band dresses up smart, that's what he looked like then.
Like a funeral director.
Yeah. And when you said which Paul's going to come out, for some reason my brain was like Bearer. I was just, whoa. Yeah, I know.
in the sky.
Yeah, it's 2 yeses. You've got 2 yeses.
2 yeses, baby.
It's
Come
been
on.
all yeses so far. All yeses all the time. Andrew, can we keep the good times rolling?
Well, we'll shall see, won't we?
Eh?
Unsanctioned match between Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. It's as brutal as both men are promising it to be, holding nothing back whatsoever in their home country. Yippee!
Yippee!
Yippee! That's what we want. Violence, don't we? We want violence, don't we? Yippee-ki-yay. So after swantons off balconies, brawls through parking lots, the whole unsanctioned hoo-ha, we move towards the end of the match, and with a number of chairs sort of laid out in a row. You know how they do it where they set them up and they put them together, so it's like a bed.
Kevin Owens loves that,
like a
doesn't he?
bed.
Yeah.
Yes,
In a double-
we love
yeah,
a bed.
like a-
yeah.
yeah.
But he sometimes there's a back-to-back.
I thought you meant
Yeah,
the
he does.
spine
Oh,
one.
aye. Oh,
But
no,
this
we're
is
going-
This is what, like 8 or 10 chairs making a bed.
Who could forget the chair tower of the Rumble of 2016? Was it
When,
Oh, yeah.
him and Ambrose? Oh,
So, with a number of chairs set up laid out in a row, the prize fighter looks to demolish Sami by sending him careening through them with one of them lovely twisted suplexes that he does off the top turnbuckle. And as KO elevates Sami fights back, instead countering into a top rope brain bust. So he's
Oh
bringing it
my.
back out of the arsenal again.
Jesus.
My goodness.
Oh, onto the turnbuckle.
Yeah, onto the,
Not on the
onto,
chair.
No, onto the turnbuckle.
like, wow.
Onto the turnbuckle. On his former on-again, off-again best friend. As Kevin lay on the canvas with the crowd going berserk, Sami looks out. He's conflicted, though. Even after everything that's transpired recently, he still feels something pulling back a little bit. But, as Karrion Kross has been saying, right?
Don't bring him
Why
in.
is his name
Don't
mentioned?
bring him in.
Why
I'm
is
just
his name being
saying-
mentioned?
I'm just saying, as Karrion Kross has been saying, right? It's time to do this for himself. He needs to do something for himself, and this is
Okay,
what he
that's
needs
true,
to
it's
do
true, it's
for
true.
himself and for his family. Sami lifts Kevin Owens back up to the top rope to hit another top rope brainbuster. This time, though, he takes a chair from one of those that are set up and he places it flat on the turnbuckle as well. He wants to put this one away for good. He ascends, hooks Kevin's arms, but with that brief hesitation costs him, right? And Kevin Owens does reverse it instead into that twisting suplex onto the surplus of chairs that are still set up. He's flying everywhere. With Sami writhing in agony, Owens takes the chair that Zayn placed on the top turnbuckle and wedges it into a corner. But as he does so, he fails to see the adrenaline kicking for Sami. He's gone through one of these mad spots, but he's like, I'm fighting through like Sami does.
Yeah.
I'm fighting through. And he somehow miraculously rises to his feet again. He heads to the adjacent corner and he comes charging towards Owens for a haluva kick. But instead of connecting with it, however, as Owens turns, he manages to sidestep the maneuver and he catches Sami's leg on his shoulder and he hoists him up into a powerbomb position before locking his hands around Zayn's neck and hitting a Steenalizer into the chair.
Steenalizer, you
Yeah,
say?
that's what he does. Do you remember in
From
Ring of
back in
Honor?
Ring of Honor?
Yeah. Oh yeah, he hits a Steenalizer
That's not allowed.
into the
Well, it's an
chair.
unsanctioned match. What am I talking about?
It's
Sorry.
unsanctioned. You can do whatever you want. He hits a Steenalizer into the chair that's wedged in the corner.
The margin for error, Andrew, again.
It's Kevin
was that
Owens
Owens
though.
and Zayn last time as well.
No, they've never done
He's
this
done-
already, yeah.
Yeah, they've never done it.
Rosemary's
when
head.
Andrew,
Yeah.
when Andrew did a pitch and we were like,
Oh,
they
yeah.
can't do that.
The
Was that
Kevin
Owens and
Owens,
Zayn again?
We just like
You like
murder.
harming Kev.
We
Well,
no, this
harming
time it's Sami's
Canadians,
in. So yeah, he hits a Steenalizer into the chair that's wedged in the corner. The crowd and we, dear viewer and or listener, are aghast at this. We cannot believe we have seen this in WWE. But that's not enough for Kevin Owens. He grabs a chair from the pile he's already decimated. He places it beneath him. He picks up Sami's body and he just hits a package pile driver once again for the lols. Why not?
God,
it's sickening.
That's horrible.
But it's also a very cool 1, 2, 3. Kevin Owens wins. Guess what? Though it's still not enough for Kevin
What?
Owens.
No.
He
Stop
places,
it.
he places Sami's neck in a chair. He picks up another one and he looks to Pillmanize the lifeless Sami Zayn. As the camera focuses on Owens raising the chair, who appears behind him, but a returning and enraged Randall Keith Orton.
Yes.
Kevin clocks on, he turns around and is hit with an RKO and the crowd's going wild. Randy's going berserk. But then something clicks in the Viper's head. He sees Owens on his hands and knees and he backs up into the corner.
He's going to that dark place.
He's going to that dark. He hears voices in his head.
He's holding his breath and making the blood go to his forehead.
Oh, yes. He backs up into the corner to signal that he's ready to unleash the punt and he gears up for it. But Kevin rolls out of the ring and takes off through the crowd. Randall Keith is back. Sami Zayn is presumably dead. And Kevin Owens is scarpering off through the crowd, presumably to set up for a match at WrestleMania between the two.
Yeah, man. It's a yes from me. I'm worried about this match because of the way they've set it up and the way they've gone. This will be more brutal than...
Yeah.
Well, they've had some ridiculously brutal matches in the past in promotions where they don't have to abide by all the rules of WWE. So I don't know how they're going to do this. But I like your pitch, so it's a yes.
I reckon Triple H will let them go, you know. Remember that WrestleMania we went to? Mm-hmm. And they did the stuff with the ladders.
Oh!
Yeah, they did the thing with
in the multi-man.
Yeah.
Owens took I think it was like a full Nelson suplex or something.
Yeah.
Oh, that was it, wasn't it?
And then he just lay there for the rest
That
of
was
the match.
Vince McMahon's WWE.
Yeah.
I reckon Triple H will let them go for it.
Yeah.
But
go on,
in
Paul.
that same match, they didn't let Cody Rhodes, or they didn't want to let Cody Rhodes use the Stardust, the polka dot ladder. And he told a story about that. I remember on a podcast.
I can't remember.
To be fair, that ladder match at Royal Rumble was pretty Brutes Magoots as well. So
Which one?
The one with Cody
Oh,
and
just
Sami.
the last one. Yeah,
the one that's just
Matthew, right? No, I can't.
It's a ridiculous take. It really is.
If these were both shoot real moves, we were like, which one would you rather take? The package pile driver or the Alabama slam off the announce table through the ladder bridge? If they were real.
If you had to take that move and then walk out the other side of it.
Probably Alabama Slam.
Correct answer.
You'd rather take the Alabama.
Yeah.
slam. I was about to lose. Yeah, you're right. Matthew kept being like, no, I'd take the pile driver. We were like,
He wasn't grasping that. We meant if it was done for realsies.
Yeah.
His head was spiked,
But I
paralysis
think
basically.
at one point he said something like, that's just all on your head. And I was like, yeah.
It's just all on your head. Whereas I guess the Alabama Slam is a bit more...
That's just
bit more
something that
give around there.
Knoxville would do that on the regs.
Oh, yes.
That sort of thing. I watched a video of Steve-O's worst injuries the other day, and it's him just laughing about it. But like,
Some of them are insane.
some are really bad. Yeah. The burn was his number one. He had a big burn dangling from his.
Because what was it, something to do with jet fuel? I can't remember.
Can't
He
He
did a
something.
flip backwards, didn't he? One blown out his face.
Oh, God. Is that what it was?
He caught his hair and he went.
And then it shows you like the burn turns into, it looks like a big sack of liquid. Just
Blech.
my third pitch. My third pitch is about the Rock and Cody segment, which I imagine might be part of the reason there's only 4 matches announced on the show. I know 2 of them are chamber matches and are longer, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Rock takes up. I'm amending what I said at the start of this video. I don't know if the Rock segment will be the longest, but it might take up like half an hour, maybe, with entrances and all the time wasting he does. So to save time, and Joel, have you got the image ready, actually?
Yes.
Thank you. It's not a big part of the pitch, don't worry. Instead of walking slowly to the ring, I've got The Rock flying down the ramp in a sick custom sports car emblazoned with this. That's the flag of Toronto.
Oh.
Isn't it unusual?
Yeah.
What did you say, Joel? You said, I don't like looking at it or something
Yeah,
like
it hurts to look at.
Wait.
It's horrible.
It's weird,
That's a
isn't
real
it?
flag.
It's really
Yeah, that's the
strange
flag,
and
the city
off-putting.
flag of Toronto.
It's
Yeah.
not even symmetrical. That's crazy.
What is it? It looks like...
So I guess you hate the Danes, do you? Oh no, there's a symmetrical. Who's this off to the side?
I mean, I guess...
Denmark's is off to the side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Switzerland is
and
central.
Sweden and Finland, I think, are all
Yeah.
off to the side. Switzerland are perfectly centered.
Neutral.
Looks like the bottom of like a Mr. Man's body and legs.
I'll tell you
Yeah.
what it looks like. It looks like a Canadian Brahma bull.
Yeah, I thought that.
You know what? I'm Can I put that in my pitch
Yes,
instead?
you can.
Is it just meant to be a tea, but in a fancy way?
I don't know, but why is it off kilter like that?
They're just it's bizarro land.
The
They
placement,
boo who they want to cheer, and they cheer who they want to
the
boo.
placement of the maple leaf annoys me as well. It looks like it's just been crudely. Anyway, Joel, please pull up the flag of Toronto, the photo of Toronto with a weird flag. What's going on there? I've said. Anyway, Rock spends 15 minutes alternating between. It feels great to be here in Toronto, and you people literally all have multiple STDs all at one time. Which he loves going. For
That's
the
his
STD.
favourite thing now.
Same people
Wipe
have
that
STD.
syphilis off your lips.
Yeah.
Yes.
Finally, Cody is shoved out there to interrupt and hurry things along and make his decision. He talks about what a legend The Rock is, how they're both girl dads, which really isn't as rare as they make it sound, but that's nice, and about how he really thought this decision through. And as much as Cody respects the fans, and as much as he would never have been able to achieve his dreams without us, and as much as it feels wrong to do things this way rather than scratch and claw like he always has done in the past, despite all those things, Cody realized that The Rock is right. It would be easy to be his corporate champion. And hey, maybe Cody deserves to be the corporate champion. Maybe it's the reward he is owed for making his own name away from WWE after being cast out, coming back and then ending the reign of the Bloodline, who were running roughshod over the place. Rock's happy about this, but Cody isn't done. He says, I took a look at the roster as I entered the arena tonight, and I took a look at my family when I woke up this morning, and I took a look in the mirror as well. And one thing I realized is all of those people I saw today,
I'm dashing.
we've all been through hard times together, he says.
Now, why has he said that?
Because his dad, right?
All right.
And what kind of a grandson of a plumber would I be if I threw that all away for money and Instagram followers? Dwayne, my answer is no. Yeah. The crowd are pleased, but The Rock isn't. He gets back on the mic and says, The Rock has had enough of wasting time trying to be your friend Cody Rhodes. Instead, The Rock says this. At WrestleMania, it won't be the winner of the Elimination Chamber versus Cody Rhodes. It'll be The Rock versus Cody Rhodes for the WWE title. Fans are fuming. What's he doing? The Rock's like, I'm the boss. I can book what I want. Time to play the game. Triple H comes out onto the stage and says, Rock, that's enough. Last year, I've kept really quiet. It's not like Kevin Keegan. I've kept really quiet. But last year, you tried to ruin WrestleMania, and you almost did. Now in 2025, you're trying to do it again. Not on my watch. Triple H sends road agents and officials and security, the security lads and that down to the ring. They try and grab The Rock. Before they can reach him, The Rock reaches into the cavernous pocket of his big man's jacket and pulls out, it looks like the Undertaker's urn, but instead of the instead of the Undertaker's logo, it's got like the Cody neck tattoo on its side instead.
Oh.
Rock says, Cody Rhodes, you didn't take one thing into account. The Rock is the boss and he doesn't have to play by the rules, and he already has your soul in the urn, Ross. In the urn.
I get the symbolisms.
It's subtle, but you've got to. The Rock throws the urn lightly into the air and catches it. And Cody, as he
Whoa, don't drop it.
Cody does an involuntary little jump as he does. Goes, oh no! Joel's loving it. Triple H is worried about this. And calls for security to get a hold of it. He's like, get him. But as they reach the ring and the first security guy's about to get, Rock goes, wow, with the urn. And Cody goes, bang, and involuntarily knocks out one of the security guards. Through controlling Cody Rhodes like a character on the Nintendo Wii, The Rock takes out several security guards and leads Cody up the ramp towards Triple H.
Oh my God.
Triple H obviously can't wrestle anymore. This would be terrible if they attacked Triple H.
No.
The Rock turns to the crowd and throws the urn to a fan in the front row who throws it back to The Rock, and Cody does a Cody cutter off the barricade. Because isn't that genius?
Yeah, it is genious.
Isn't that good?
Thumbnail Joel is Paul Bearer's body, but with The Rock's head on. Undertaker doing the pose, but it's Cody's head on.
That's unbelievable.
This makes Cody do a crossroads off the crowd barricade, and Triple H is down. And then I think I just gave up because then I've just got one sentence left, and it's just, who can stop this awful reign of terror? And that's my page. Took a surrealist twist there towards the end.
Masterpiece.
I can see it happening.
Masterpiece.
I can see it happening.
It requires a lot of good timing from Cody and The Rock.
If Damien Sandow can do it,
Yeah, oh God,
then
it's
Cody
just,
can do it.
oh damn it! Oh, it's just missed out. Oh, bollocks.
And that's what everybody wants. Everyone loved Mizdow. It's a yes
Yeah.
from me.
It's a yes from me,
Thank
Jack.
you.
It's very
Thanks.
creative.
Thanks, guys.
The fact that you're bringing back the Wiimote in 2025
That
is
one
nice.
sounds like that was the last one I wrote in a rush, but that was actually the second one. I wrote that
you were
one
gonna
ahead
say
of
Put
the
thought into that.
Yeah. We're all looking forward to Elimination Chamber. It's this weekend on Saturday, and there's all the stuff going on. You're doing predictions and reactions?
Yes, myself and Adam will be doing the predictions tomorrow, and then the reactions as well. And predictions will also go out tomorrow too. But yes, we'll be doing live reactions. YouTube.com/Cultaholic/live. So look forward to that. I believe the show starts at 11 o'clock because most of them do these days.
I wanted to go to North,
Oh,
maybe.
wait, or is that
I
the
could
main
probably-
show? So
I
it
could
might
probably-
start at 9.
What?
Could do.
Oh, the stream might start at 9.
Yeah,
Oh,
'cause
got
of the
it, got it, got it.
pre-show,
Look
so-
out for when the stream goes live at youtube.com/Cultaholic.
Yes.
/live.
Yeah.
WTF Mobile.
Yeah, next week on the Patreon, it'll be live probably Wednesday, something like that. We'll have the pay-per-view specific podcast on Monday evening. Remember, that's a thing now.
What time we're recording that?
Probably 1 o'clock.
Monday.
Does that work for you,
Monday.
Joel?
It's good for me.
Fantastic.
And the main show starts at midnight UK time.
Oh, does it? Oh,
Apparently.
nice.
I might be able to go to North Wrestling.
You can go to North then. Come on.
And that's all. I'll be doing What Happened Out as well after Elimination Chamber is done. And we've got the podcast on Friday and everything. Joel, anything to plug?
No.
Nope. Everyone, have a wonderful week, and we'll see you then. Thank you very much. I've been Jack, this has been Andrew, this has been Ross. And remember, of course, life's a pitch,
And then you die.